You turned off the video.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming. I cannot even believe that we are still here doing Tai Chi Cha, but I'm grateful for you to take the time out of your day to come and do this practice. I don't know who's out there, so I'm going to imagine that it's all these smiling faces that we're so used to seeing in our library class. I hope there's some teacher candidates. I hope there's some of the people that come to the practice at Heart Space, the practice at Rose Street Park. I'm just going to imagine that you are all here with me. So this practice is soft and it's slow, and we move from the center of our body. So I'm going to go over weight shift in case you are brand new, just showing up here today. The center of our body, so 2 inches below your belly button and inside. This area is called the Dantian, a big energy center right here. So if we're shifting our weight forward and back, we'll shift over to one side. We're moving from a bent leg always onto a bent leg. So we're going to shift over and sink. So bending that knee a little more. I know I have baggy pants on today, but that knee is bent. And then extending the opposite foot forward. So moving from the center, I'm going to bend that front knee. Torso just stays straight up and soft. And it's as the center of my body just takes me forward. So now you can see my back leg is straight. It's almost emptied out of weight. And I'm going to shift a little farther forward, just from the belly, and you'll see that the heel may peel off the floor. So again, no weight in that back leg now. To shift back, we're going to soften the back knee, sitting all the way back, center of the body, takes you back, front leg empty, straight, and relaxed. So this is our weight shift. We'll do this for the whole hour. So you will be shifting your weight for the whole hour. If at any time your legs get tired, maybe you haven't practiced in a while, just grab a chair and the whole practice can be done seated. When we put a foot forward, you do exactly the same thing, just put the foot forward and arms are exactly the same. So this practice, like I said, is about softening the body. So we're trying to open the channels of energy and allow healing to happen. So softness in the body will open the channels of energy. The movements direct the energy where to go, and that weight shift works like our pump, pumping the energy through the body. So I'll give you cues all through the practice. So now, Tai Chi Cha is a moving meditation. So to get that meditative piece, I'm going to keep calling your focus back to your body. And I'll do that because I'll say, feel your knee, feel your other knee, feel your feet, feel your arms, soften this, soften that. I just keep focusing on the body, and it will call you back from being wherever you're going next. You know, maybe you have to run to the post office, or you're going to the grocery store, or you really need to clean out that closet. But right now, you've committed to be here, so you've shown up, yay. I want to keep calling the mind back. So we'll just keep calling the mind back to focusing on the body, just being in this moment. So let's start off our practice by doing that. So finding your rest position, feet are in some kind of a V. This practice is for anybody with a body. So whatever's comfortable for you. Some people are made where their heels can touch or their toes can go all the way out to the side. Whatever is most comfortable for you. So maybe there's a space between your feet, doesn't matter. Feet are in some kind of a V, so just get comfy here as we start to relax and soften, grounding our energy. So, starting with the face and the top of the head, can you focus on that part of your body? Our face is so expressive and it holds a lot of tension. So, notice maybe the forehead and the eyes. What can you soften? Maybe the cheeks. And the mouth and the jaw. Can you just allow this to soften and relax? Maybe allowing the teeth to part, allow the lips to soften. Getting to the neck and the shoulders. Talk about carrying tension. We carry it right here on our shoulders. So allow the neck to soften, the shoulders to drop. When you're getting to the chest, notice where your breath goes. So maybe the chest rises, maybe the ribs expand. Just feel what's happening. Softening the belly, all the little muscles in the belly. When we're young, we get the stand up straight. And we would go sucking it in, shoulders back and stiff. This practice is the opposite. Soften the shoulders, let go, soften the belly, let it out. Going down the thighs, soften the thighs. Knees are soft. Like I said, I showed up today in these baggy pants, but anyway. So, soften the knees. Notice what that does to your feet. It'll take you forward just a little bit in the feet. So more of you is grounded. More of you is touching the floor. Notice that maybe by straightening your legs. Notice it pulls you back. You're not grounded. My toes are now off the floor. Soften the knees. It pushes you forward just a little. And then notice where you are in the feet. So front to back. Sometimes when we show up for practice, we were so busy doing and going that we're in the front of our feet. So notice. Pull yourself back. Centered and grounded. Side to side, you're centered, you're balanced. We'll take a few deep breaths, so just bringing the wrists up on your inhale. Dropping the palms to face the earth. And we'll stop about here. This is our rest position. We'll come to this spot every time between sides and between moves. Let's take another breath, inhaling, raising the wrists. Exhaling, dropping the palms. Let's do one more. So we're inhaling softly, exhaling softly. And notice when we stop, there's still softness in the arms. We're not holding that energy down. We're not pressing it down. Just softly, palms are facing the earth. Going to rocking motion, it's our warm-up. So taking a small step to the side, either side, just dropping the hands. So rocking motion, we're gonna rock forward in the feet, rolling the hands over, sinking, softening the knees, and then rocking back in the foot. So whatever is comfortable for you, wherever you are in your practice, just focus on the feeling of the weight shifting all the way back through the foot. Knees soften, shifting the weight forward. Arms are just following along. Knees soften. Notice I'm still moving from the center of the body. It's the dantian. Takes the weight, the body back to the heels. Knees soften, rocking forward. So notice how long feet are flat, 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 flat. Heels get light. Feet are flat, flat, still flat, still flat. Toes get light. There's a big space in there while the weight is shifting forward and back, but the foot is still flat. Keeping you solid, keeping you grounded. Like I said, this is our warm-up. So we're bringing the energy up, turning it in, taking it back down. So like I said, you are shifting your weight for a full hour. You're moving your body for a full hour. Even though we're moving slowly, you won't work up a sweat, but you might work up a heat. Knees soften, shifting forward. Let's do 2 more. And on this last one, just stepping back over to that rest position. Feet are in a V, body is soft and straight, and palms face the earth. Taking a big breath, finding some stillness. And then bird flaps its wings, so palms face each other, hanging right in front of the center of the body. Just soften the wrists, allow the fingertips to head towards the floor. So as the knees shift out over the toes, still forward and back, the body coming forward will push the hands out of the way. And then when we come back, the body will pull the hands back in. Here we go. Shifting forward, body pulls the hands back. So start to notice the body becoming connected. Everything moving together as softly as you can. 2 circles just with the arms. Sinking forward. Heels are light. And again, wrist circles. Notice arms are just hanging. Not really working. It's not a real big circle. One more set as softly as you can. Notice where you're working. Coming back to your rest position, big inhale, exhaling. Feeling the feet touch the floor. Sometimes you'll notice my fingers twitch, my hands shake. Later in the practice, we have light at the top of the head, my hands will pulse. It's not something you make happen, it's just the flow of energy. So just don't copy that part. Here we go, bigger weight shift. We talked about this in the very beginning. Shift over one side or the other. Really ground yourself into that foot. So knee is soft, you're solid, you're grounded, you're straight up. Empty leg shifts forward, heel just hits the floor. Hands sit at the height of the heart and they start in the direction of the forward foot. So the knee softens and they're just going to trace a platter. So they're just making a circle in front of the body. And notice that everything is shifting forward, same time, same speed. Back knee softens, everything shifts back. So hands are not zipping around, they're moving with the flow of the body. As soft as possible. Let's do one more. Take your time. Big breath, finding some stillness. What we do on one side, we do on the other. So here we go. Shift and sink, hands at the height of the heart. Other leg, whatever that is for you, is forward. Knee softens. Hands start in the direction of the forward foot. So let's feel for the empty leg. If you're relatively new to the practice, the leg may not be getting completely empty. You're just going as far as you're comfortable with right now. Maybe we have some replacement parts. Don't enable one leg or the other to get completely empty. But we're doing the best we can. So just feeling, noticing. Last one. Sinking, knees stay soft. When we come back here to stillness, maybe it's a good time for that body scan again, softening, checking in wherever you hold tension. See if you can soften, going down the body to the soles of the feet. Around the platter variation. Shift and sink, hands on your platter, empty foot forward. This time, as soon as the knee softens to start your weight shift, we're picking up a ball of energy. So palms will face each other, fingertips to the sky. End of your weight shift forward, let it go. Palms coming back flat, facing the earth. Crossing the body, knee softens, picking them up. Soft as you can. Notice if you're picking that ball up too soon or we're not letting it go. Last one. Taking your time. Big breath. Shift and sink. Same thing, other side. Knee softens, taking the ball in the direction of the forward foot. End of your weight shift forward, letting it go. So if you've been practicing for a while, notice how connected you are. Notice the end of the weight shift. And then see, you can actually see them out there. See the hands respond. So feel your way through your feet. Notice the hands letting go. Soft as you can. Not working, not trying. Last one. Notice what's stiff. Notice where the weight is in your feet. Going to bass drum. So bass drum is a circle. Instead of a platter this way, it's a circle this way. So it's a bass drum as if we were in a marching band. As we shift forward the body, we'll push the arms under, back knee will soften, and then as we shift back, the hands roll around the top of our drum. So you can see the size of that circle is about the same size as your platter. Not big, not reaching, not stretching. It's not that giant drum in the band, it's just a smaller one. Okay, here we go. Shift and sink, one side or the other. Empty foot forward, knee softens, hands fall. Body pushes them under, back knee softens. Body pulls the hands back. So again, feeling that connection in your body. Just allow the momentum of the body to move the arms instead of having them muscle their way through. Let's do one more. Taking your time. Balancing your weight. Taking a big breath. Other foot, shift and sink. Doing exactly the same thing, unless the arms were reaching and stretching. And notice, maybe they're reaching and stretching so far that they're pulling you forward. That's too much work. So belly pushes the arms forward, and the torso just glides straight up and soft. This is our last one. Big breath. Feeling the feet touch the floor. Notice knees are still soft here. We still want to be centered in the foot. Still want the body soft. Daughter on the mountaintop and daughter in the valley. So hands are making independent circles right now. For daughter on the mountaintop, hands will start low. As we shift forward, hands are going to circle up. So notice shoulder to elbow, very close to the body, just hanging, not working. Hands coming up the mountain. It's as if they're going to clap, but they miss the clap. Fingertips up, drop the wrists. Relax, release. Circling up, missing the clap, dropping the wrists. After that, we have daughter in the valley. So it circles in the other direction. Shoulder to elbow, stays close to the body. This time we're just going to have the hands fall right in front of that energy center. So hands will fall right in front of the body. As we're shifting forward, we'll roll them up, center of the body, and then they circle around. So they're just making circles in the opposite direction. Okay, from our rest position, daughter on the mountaintop, shift and sink, knee softens, body pushes the arms up, end of the weight shift forward, the body pulls the hands back down. So notice, arms are not beating you to the top of the mountain, and just hanging out, waiting for you to catch up. Everything flows together, reaching the end of the weight shift, and then relax, release, soften the wrists. Let's do one more. Take your time, allow the weight shift to complete. Bringing back an empty leg is easier. Taking the time to wait for that leg, that's the hard part. Here we go, daughter on the mountaintop, opposite foot, shift and sink. So notice you're shifting completely. Feeling your way through whatever that is for you, getting as much softness in the body as possible. Let's do one more. Big breath. Feeling the feet touch the floor. If you need to, wiggle your toes to bring your focus down there. Just focus on the connection, feet and the floor. Daughter in the valley, hands will start high to go low, shifting to the side. Knee softens, hands fall. It's as if they pull pull you forward, right from the belly, right from the dantian, the center of the body, pulling you forward as they roll up. Shifting your weight, knee softens all the way forward. Back knee softens, sitting all the way back on a bent leg. Last one. Taking a big breath, finding some stillness. Shift and sink, opposite foot. Soft as you can. Notice the connection of the body, everything flowing, same direction, same time. Last one. Balancing your weight, sinking into stillness, taking a big breath. Carry the ball to the side. So same weight shift but different weight shift. It's the same in that we're shifting from a bent leg onto a bent leg. Different in that we're going to turn the belly. So that will help us shift the weight more completely, allowing us to step to the side with an empty leg. And then by turning the belly, it puts the arms where they need to be. So just watching for a second, when I turn the belly, it puts the arms on that side of my body, so that's where I want them. And then as I shift to the side, as I turn my belly towards the weight-bearing leg, it takes the arms for me. So notice shoulder to elbow just hang, and as I come back, they're going to come across the top of the circle. So here we go. Carry the ball to the side. Same weight shift, shift and sink. This time turn the belly, getting the ball. We had the ball earlier, palms face each other, fingertips up. Heel step to the side. Knee softens, gliding over, turning the belly. Knee softens, gliding over. So knee softening is always the first move, front to back and side to side in our weight shift. So notice that's happening. And that way you will be shifting onto an empty leg, stepping over, sinking. Shift and sink, getting the ball. Stepping over. Feeling your way through your weight shift. If I'm saying stepping over and you're not ready, you finish your weight shift and then shift over. Not a lot of work going on here. Soft and steady. Sinking. Finding some stillness, some softness. And we're going to go back. So we're going to shift and sink this way. Turning the belly takes the arms. Heel step. Knee softens, sliding over. Notice if your arms are working. Your circles could be really big. Your arms could be getting tired. Step over. Sinking. Notice you're balanced here. Shift and sink. Stepping out with an empty foot. Knees softens. Don't think you have to get all of this today. This is the practice of a lifetime. We're only as soft as we can be in that moment. We can only let go of what we are ready to let go of. So, we're here forever, which makes me happy. All right, last one. Step over, coming to center, big breath. Noticing the soles of the feet. So going to push-pull. As soon as I say that, we want to work. We want to try because that's what we do. We really want to put our oomph into it. And if that's what we're doing when we're pushing, chances are we're going to end up leaning forward, and that's not what we need, right? We need softness straight up. So I'm going to take the chest back, still lead with the belly. And if I have the momentum of the body behind the arms, that's what'll push the arms out. And then back, knee softens, body pulls the arms back. So you can notice as we come out, we're going to dip a little with the arms coming up. And then as we come back to the body, we're going to come around the top. So we're not straight out and straight back. We are creating a little softness. Same forward and back weight shift. So shift and sink to the side, backs of the palms at the shoulders. Knee softens, body pushes the hands out. Notice how much you're trying to push. This is as soft as all the other moves. Arms are just floating out the momentum of the body, not working. One more. Taking your time. Coming to the rest position, soft. Breathing, noticing the soles of the feet. Shift and sink, same thing, other side. So as soon as the mind starts to wander, tension creeps into the body. So notice if while you're doing this, the shoulders making its way up, or that pain in your knee is coming back. Just notice what you can soften. Last one. Take your time. Big breath. Focusing on the soles of the feet and the connection with the floor. Bringing that energy down, grounding you. Pulling in the energy. It's the same as around the platter. This time palms are face up. So we'll shift and sink. Hands at the height of the heart, palms up. Knee softens, hands start in the direction of the forward foot, tracing that same platter. But this time let's focus on the fingertips. The flow of energy is most often felt first in the fingers, so notice maybe they're hot or cold or tingling or itching or heavy or who knows. So just notice what's going on in your fingertips, holding your focus there. Visualize energy from the most distant star streaming in through the fingertips. Last one. Shifting your focus, soles of the feet, big breath. Same thing, other side. Now going back to the fingertips. Notice the sensation in the fingers. Visualize energy from the most distant star streaming in through the fingertips. Last one. So now we have a series of side-to-side moves. If you're relatively new, haven't practiced in a while, please just stay with one hand. It's easier and you'll get the flow of it more. If you've been practicing for a while, use two hands. So I'll start off with one hand and then I'll move to two. Again, side-to-side move. So when we turn the belly, puts the arms where they need to be. This is basic pulling taffy. So we're going to shift and sink, turn the belly to the side. Just bring that arm palm up, heel step, knees soften. So as we glide over, notice the center of your weight shift, everything is straight up and soft. Belly is pushing that hand out. So as we continue to shift over, hand will open up. This leg is now empty, so I'm going to bring it over, coming back to center, sinking. Weight's balanced. We're going to go back that way. Shift and sink. Heel step, glide over, step over. All right, soft as you can. That's all we have going on. Side to side weight shift, turning the belly. So two hands. Same thing happens, weight shift, hand comes under, this hand comes up out of the way, and it snuggles on top. So your hands are facing each other, but we're over here. Heel, same thing, heel step. This hand's gonna come down next to that leg to ground you. Stepping over. As you wind up, hand comes up out of the way, arms make a sandwich, heel step, glide. Let's do one more. One hand or two as soft as you can. Big breath. Okay, so we have some variations now. Anchor taffy we have first. So forward and back, and then to the side, it's the same motion. Again, I'll start with one hand. So it's the same pulling taffy. Palm up, stepping forward, shift forward, belly pushes the arm, now sitting back. I'm gonna scoot back so you can see my feet, don't scoot back. Now to the side. We were just doing this, just same as pulling taffy. Balance your weight, okay. Opposite foot forward. Remember, torso straight up and soft. Balance. To the side. Same motion, forward and back, and then to the side. So how soft can you be? One hand or two, doesn't matter. Softness is more important. Completing your weight shift, more important. To the side. Balance. Stepping forward. Stay here. Take a breath. Soles of the feet. Next variation is wrist circles taffy. So wrist circles we did earlier. Very beginning, bird flaps its wings. Same thing. A lot of this is just hanging, not making an effort. Effort comes from the wrist, right? Wrist circle. To get that softness in the wrist, we need to really lead with the fingertips. And we are shifting our weight still from the belly side to side. So our wrist circles will look like this. I just want to show you. So we'll sink, palms will face the thighs. We're going to open up the hands as we shift forward from the belly. That will bring the hands around the circle. Sinking back, shifting forward. So notice torso straight up and soft. It's just the belly taking the body forward and back. And again, that depends on how comfortable you are shifting the weight forward and back. Just notice you're not having tension in the feet or the legs, or the body's not rigid. So really just shifting through your comfort zone. Here we go, wrist circles taffy. 2 wrist circles. Now pulling taffy, same as before. Winding up, stepping to the side. Balance here. Balance your weight in your feet. Sinking. Winding up. Soft as you can. Forward and back. If we're just going up and down, it's hard on the shins. And we need that forward and back weight shift to pump that energy. Balance. One more set, one hand or two, soft as you can. Hand comes down to ground you. Balance, that's a little pause right there. Winding up. Taking a big breath, going to the soles of your feet, finding some stillness. Again, checking in, looking where tension has creeped in. Perpetual motion tapping. So we need to keep moving side to side. I will start with one hand. Same motion. Shift and sink, heel step out, glide all the way over. But now notice that the belly is going to pull up the next hand, and then we'll step back. So torso straight up and soft, not reaching or leaning. You can keep your feet flat if that's where you are in your practice. Still notice that you are shifting over that grounded foot. At least allowing the leg to empty as much as possible. If you've been practicing for a while, we are picking up that empty leg. So we'll just flex the toes, put the heel back down. It is a heel step. Flex the toes, heel back down, gliding over. Notice you're turning the belly. Again, one hand or two, wherever you are in your practice. Soft and steady. Notice if the arms are working, if they're too big. Shoulder to elbows still hanging next to the body, not working. It takes some getting used to. One more each way. One hand or two. Doesn't matter. Softness. Stepping over, sinking. Big breath and feeling your feet touch the floor. Okay, working the pulley. It's a lot like patting your head and rubbing your belly, so have a sense of humor. Pulleys are in front of you. It's like an old-fashioned clothesline. Pulley in front, that's going to create that half of the circle. And then the pulley behind us will create the other half of the circle. The arms make a swimming motion. So they will go around their circles, past the body on that straightaway of the clothesline, around the circle. So you can notice hands are equal distance from the body. And you can do that. It's a big turn of the waist to get the elbow behind the body. And then if you keep the elbow just hanging, you have all this space to bring the arm up and forward. If we lead with the elbow back, the arm gets jammed up and there's a lot of tension in the shoulder and the wrist, so just to let it hang. It's easier, but again, it takes some getting used to because we want to work it. So, soft as you can. There's a lot going on with this. If you need to drop one arm, drop both arms, doesn't matter. Go back to your weight shift. Notice you're completing your weight shift. Notice that you are as soft as you can be with whatever's going on. Here we go. From the rest position. Shift and sink. Whatever leg you sink into, that hand sits at the hip, other hand and foot forward, knee softens. Same weight shift forward and back, so notice that you're not reaching, leaning, stretching, soft as you can. Big turn of the belly. Last one. Stepping back. Big breath. Soles of the feet. Other side. Shift and sink. Hand at the hip. Empty foot forward. That hand is forward. So we're leading with the palm. That's comfortable for the wrist. So there is some flexibility in the feet here. Toes are allowed to swing out to the side if you need that to get the arm behind the body. And the back heel can come in, again, if you need that to get the arm behind the body. So take what you need. Last one. Big breath. Okay, we're gonna have fun with some light here. So let's just pretend that we're pulling light all the way up. We're gonna hold it above our head. You'll be able to see me over here. Here we go. Shift and sink, gathering it up, pulling it all the way up, holding it over your head, palms face each other. Shift and sink and spread your legs. So still forward and back. Shifting. One more. Hold here. Circle forward. You're just pulling more light all the way up the body. Holding that, palms face each other. Sink and spread your light, shifting forward from the belly. This time arms will circle around, just drop the elbows. Scoop up more, bring it up into the body, turn it in, press it down. Light at the temples, sinking. Spread your light 3 times, shifting forward. Holding here, and again circling forward, soft and slow. Hold. And spreading your light 3 times, shifting forward, sinking, big flat. Last time, circling around, gathering it up. Turn it in. Soles of the feet. Joyous breath. So, parallel feet. Sink and exhale. Through the nose, clearing out. Shifting forward, big inhale. Exhale, coming down in 4. Shifting forward, inhale. Exhale in 4. One more. Hands and feet together. Back to your rest position. Big breath, feeling the feet touch the floor. Passing clouds, so it's another side to side continuous motion. So we're going to shift and sink, turning the belly, handle high five the wall, heel step with that empty leg. As we glide over, the hand's going to fall. Now both hands will cross the body, same time, one high, one low. May transition on the side, and then go the other way, one high, one low, transition. So again, it doesn't matter what the arms are doing. Softness. We'll get there in our practice. All right, let's feel the weight shift. Notice the knee softens, body slides over, belly turns, knee softens, body slides, belly's turning the whole time. Again, shoulder to elbows just hanging. It's that turning of the belly. Takes the arms side to side for you. It's less effort. Mind wanders, bringing it back. Noticing the weight shift. One more each way. We'll end, stepping over, sinking. 6 healing sounds. We're just trying to create a vibration in the body to stimulate an organ. So I'll give you a cue as to what the sound is. When you do it with the move, just do it in a loud whisper. Have that whisper come from the belly to vibrate everything. Here we go. First sound will be ho, just as slow as all the others. Both hands. Hu. sweeping across the body, stepping to the side. Su. Sha. Sh. Both hands, she. Sh. Stepping to the side, chui. Doing it again. Ho. Hu. To the side, su. Sha. Sh. Both hands, she. Sh. To the side, chui. One more time. Ho. Hu. Su. Sha. Sh. She. Sh. 5 trees. Tree. 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 Step over. Sinking into stillness, focusing on the soles of the feet. Cosmic consciousness pose. So your left heel will sit on your right ankle. Both knees are soft. Dantian down, grounding you solid between the feet. So notice you're balanced between your feet. This is a little wonky, takes some getting used to. Hands coming up, as if they're sitting on a piece of furniture. So notice there's space between the body and the hands, space between the hands. Dropping the shoulders, here we go, soften the body. Letting go of the belly, releasing the tailbone, knees are soft. Maybe bringing the gaze down, looking at the floor in front of you or down your body. Just taking a breath, finding some stillness. Bringing that to a graceful conclusion. Big breath, grounding one last time. Thank you for taking the time for your practice and being here with me. Have a great day. Namaste.